Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just a quick announcement, so go ahead and follow me on patreon.com/bow-and-arrow-tarot to be part of the draw for the Dreams of Gaio Tarot deck giveaway. This deck is going to be given away on August 15th by a random draw of all of my patrons over on Patreon. And all I ask for is just $1 a month donation from you all on that site to help me be able to get more of these tarot decks and oracle decks and do more unboxings and reviews and giveaways. All right. But for right now, thank you so much, and on to the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the weekly for the sign of Gemini. All right. This is going to be for August 11th to the 17th. And we're going to get right into it for you guys and pull out your 3 angel messages from the Romance Angel Oracle deck. We have very soon. All right. Healing family issues. And calling in your soulmate. All right. So these are the 3 messages that the angels wanted you, Gemini, to hear for the week. All right, we're going to pull out your animal spirits now and see what animal spirits you're working with this week. You may resonate with these spirits, or it may be people that you're dealing with that you see resonating with these spirits. Show us what animal spirits is Gemini going to be coming across this week. Who's Gemini dealing with this week? Show me. Bear. Beautiful earth energy. Strong earth energy. Coming out of a slumber. Bear energy talks about coming out of a slumber spiritually and awakening spiritually. Right? Crow. Wow. Okay. So more auspicious energy. The crow is also one of the main familiars for witches and those, people who believe in paganism and those type of theologies, right? The crow is another very auspicious occult, associated with the occult. And then we have the cosmic egg. Wow. All right, the cosmic egg. It's beautiful. I mean, the cosmic egg is associated with the crown chakra, the 7th chakra, right? So that is like some serious energies here. We have earth, air, and ether. That is the alchemical symbol for ether. So the bear talks about, let me just go over the animal spirits quickly. When we talk about the bear is awakening from a long slumber, right? Bears hibernate. And so when a bear awakens, it's like he's awakening to his spiritual side, his spiritual desires, his desire to find his spiritual center, right? Or core, whatever that may be. It's a journey, right? You wake up to a certain part of your life it's like you can see even the beautiful gold color of awakening, enlightenment coming in around that upside down triangle with the line through it, which is the alchemical symbol for earth. And so it indicates this kind of realization or this enlightening that happens when the bear energy is awoken. So this can be also very healing, obviously, talking about dealing with karma, facing up to issues maybe that you haven't wanted to face up to before. New directions, personal transformation, all of that is about to happen when the bear enters your life. All right. It can be, and just like a bear at the beginning, it can be a little bit cumbersome, a little bit sloppy, right? A bumbling kind of coming out of this slumber, this deep slumber, right? So you can fumble your way out of it a little bit in the beginning, but soon the ball will be rolling in a way, and you'll be on this very, very obvious new transformation for your life, okay? Very grounded transformation. It's earth energy. So now when we look at the crow is very auspicious. It brings with it also a kind of realization, a kind of understanding. Because the crow energy is also extremely spiritually strong, creative, but watchful. So where the bear wakes up, the crow is watching, always watching. This is a very long-held symbol of magic, the crow. You know, crow energy is drawn to the occult, to the supernatural, to wanting to see the things that can't normally be seen, knowing things that normally are not known. The crow kind of sees the past, present, and the future in this way. So there is this kind of clairvoyance to the crow because of its ability to tap into psychic energy. Crow is very, you know, you have to be careful when the crow enters because the crow energy can be very strong, okay? It can be very strong in the sense of bringing in a lot of messages, bringing in a lot of potent kind of spiritual energy. So when the crow comes into your life, it's very important to be also grounded, all right? You have to balance, you know, that crow energy with like grounded, you know, being with people, socializing. Because crow energy, I've met people who have gotten into crow energy very heavily and kind of fell into this weird space where they believed that they had reached nirvana. They believed that they had found a way to communicate with angels, and they didn't need to know anything else that the earth had to teach them. And a couple of those people committed suicide. And so I know this is, I don't mean to get really heavy here, but you know, there is something to be said that when we do touch spiritual matters, or when we start to awaken to those types of things, and many of us believe we are, you know, communicating with the other side, as it were, you have to keep a level of groundedness in your life. Because all of that is still just information that's going through your mind and through your senses that you're interpreting, right? And so although you may believe you are in touch with a being or supernatural forces, the reality is going to be very different because all of our realities are very different. And so just not to with the crow brings it with it a lot of potent, strong, supernatural kind of connections and energy. So you just want to be very careful. You want to be very grounded when you're dealing with this kind of animal spirit. And then, of course, you have the cosmic egg, which is associated with the seventh chakra, the crown chakra, the chakra of enlightenment. All right. So, I mean, with the cosmic egg, we're talking about completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. It's everything. The final card in the journey it's the final card in the deck for the spirit animal deck. And it just represents an unfolding of kind of cosmic consciousness. It really, all three of these cards are highly spiritually charged. And so it's quite interesting. We have very grounded awakening. We have messages and understanding and seeing. Very potent images and information coming in, a very strong connection. And then we have cosmic egg, which is like the final piece of the puzzle. It's almost like that when you've reached a certain stage in your life where you've received just a little bit of enlightenment, right? It's never the final. It's the final stage. It's the final in a stage. And then, of course, we descend back down the tree of life and start to learn other lessons, right? Coming down, up and down the tree of life, you learn lessons. And the cosmic egg can be a lesson that perhaps you've learned, or a certain point in your life you've gotten to where you've reached a certain level of understanding. And then, of course, what happens? We descend again and we have other lessons to learn. Because we can't possibly learn all of the lessons, right, at once or in one lifetime, okay? And so, although we can come across cosmic egg moments in our lives where we feel like, wow, the penny has really dropped. You've received just a taste of enlightenment or understanding in one little area, right? It can still be, it's still extremely powerful. It's extremely potent and necessary. but it's not the last lesson, you know. And just remember that, you know, and I guess that's also the admonishment with the Crow card. Even though you may be adept at spiritual things, you may have the ability to tap in, right, where other people can't, but that doesn't necessarily mean you don't have anything left to learn. You know, and with this, you know, it's when the ego rushes in and says, oh, okay, now I know everything, which is why, you know, some of the people I know who have gone through that really succumbed to the darkest side of their ego, and in fact lost their lives because of it, because they weren't willing to humble themselves in the face of that talent or energy that they were tapping into, you know. And so ultimately the ego took over, and they completely descended down the tree of life, and you know, and have to probably relearn that entire, you know, parts of that entire message all over again, because certainly that was never the intention, right? And surely there was something corrupted somewhere along the line. So let's get right into your readings. We're going to pull out several scenarios for the week, Gemini. First one, we have King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and we have Knight of Pentacles. So that's all about money, right? Money, opportunities. So some of you are dealing with a benefactor this week, and you're starting to, I think it's quite interesting. The benefactor is looking at you in a way like, okay, make up your mind. It could be that you have a decision to make about where to go or what to do in terms of your future, your career, your passion, you know, and you have someone in your corner who's there for you, who wants to help you, but they're kind of waiting for you to make a decision, right? And so you're representing with Seven of Pentacles. You're reviewing where you're at. Let me just move these cards up a little bit. I feel uncomfortable with the way they're placed. You're reviewing where you're at in life, and you're kind of like trying to decide, is this what I really want? Right? That's what Seven of Pentacles is all about. It's kind of like this decision of like, is this what I really want in my life? You know, what I've worked for so far. I've accomplished a lot. And especially with some of you who are awakening to spiritual things, it's like you're now reviewing a lot of the material things that you've accomplished. And I think for some of you, it's like you walk away from it. You see the Knight, he's walking away. Some of you walk away from a certain life of materialism because, I believe, of an awakening in a way of spirituality that happens. And this week, for some of you Geminis, this is going to be a major factor. You know, this person is going to get you to reevaluate. This person who sees you going through a lot of changes, they're like, you know, going to get you to reevaluate. And I think the decision you make is to kind of leave it all behind. We have King of Wands now, Six of Cups, and Queen of Cups. All right, so some of you are coming towards your soulmate. You're calling in definitely your soulmate, and this week is a week where you are going to be maybe in touch with them, meet them, right? Come across this person, you know, that you've been calling into your life. Gemini, you have beautiful King of Wands energy here. I believe you're the Queen of Cups here, Gemini. I think you're the one who's calling in the love. You're ready to give your cup. And what comes in, this King of Wands. But he's not looking at you just yet. He's in your purview. He's in your area. But he may not have caught sight of you just yet. But I think that some of you Geminis are certainly going to have a really cute, beautiful chance meeting with someone this week. And it's going to be like a little flirtation. But the beginning possibly of something very, very strong with the Six of Cups here. You know, we talk about building memories, and we talk about, you know, soulmate energy in terms of very, I put it to you this way. I see these two characters in the Six of Cups as two young souls, right? That have met each other very early on in their existence, and they fell in love, and now they are soulmates. And throughout their lives and experiences, they come together, and sometimes they come together at various points, and they share their experiences and their memories and everything that they've learned and their love. And then maybe they separate again and go back out and learn more and come back, right? And this is what I imagine. This is how I feel about this card in terms of the Six of Cups being that soulmate. But you call this person in, and although they don't see you just yet, they will. Ace of Cups, Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups. Wow. So some of you are finally finishing up with a really long battle. You've been, you know, you're finally able you're taking a breather right now, but you're just around the corner from ending this struggle. It could be that some of you are about to move, you're about to change jobs, you're about to finish school, you're about to lay down a responsibility that you've been shouldering for a long time that has been quite a burden. In any case, you're looking back on everything that you've been through as part of this kind of, this burden, I want to say, or this responsibility. And you see everything that you've learned, right? But you're ready to lay it down. You're ready to come to the end of it. You still have a little bit more work to do. And a wish fulfillment comes in, right? You have a wish fulfillment. I think it's an opportunity that comes in. Once this responsibility is finally laid down, or this burden that you have. And I think that this might be something to do with the family. Right? It could be that you're responsible for someone in the family, or you're taking care of an elderly relative or something like that. And it's been a burden of love, but it has been a burden, right? And you're tired and you are now ready to finally be done with that, right? But as a result of it, you do bring in some healing. And you do bring in opportunity for abundance, a new opportunity, maybe a new work opportunity. For some of you, this Nine of Wands could be a long struggle in a particular job, and now finally you're getting that promotion with the Ace, or you're finally getting that opportunity to change jobs. And for some of you, it's a wish that you've been having for quite some time. Eight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and Three of Pentacles. So some of you are really like putting your nose to the grindstone this week, really, right? You're putting your head down and you're really getting your work done. Eight of Pentacles talks about discipline, restrictions, making sure that you put certain restrictions in place. You discipline yourself so that you can produce the work that you want to produce, that you can be a master, right? Eight of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles are the two master cards in terms of being like skilled at something, right? Being a handcrafter, or being someone who makes things, or someone who is skilled at producing things with their hands, right? So in Eight of Pentacles, we see discipline to make you better, right? So that you can become better. And then in Three of Pentacles, we see that you're starting to get accolades. We see where people ask you, they want you involved in their projects because your work is so good, because you put your mind, body, and soul into your work, right? And so this week, some of you are really, really like, you're about your coin, you're about networking. You're going to be networking certainly this week. Some of you are going to be networking as part of your job. Now, why this message comes up, a lot of us are networking as part of our jobs. But Gemini, this message has come up for some reason, and it must be that this particular, for those of you who this is resonating with, this particular networking, I want to say, session or meeting that comes about as a result of this work is going to be extremely important because it's going to bring in a surprise, or it's going to maybe bring something into your life that you did not expect to come in through work. Fool, Six of Wands, and Two of Wands. So some of you are starting a new stage in life. You're feeling very young. You're feeling very excited. You don't have any kind of worries, right? You're unencumbered. It could be that some of you have just come out of a very difficult stage where perhaps you felt a little bit constricted, or you felt like you weren't able to really follow your passions the way you wanted to, but you're absolutely free now from that with the Fool. And you get a little victory coming in this week, a little vindication, a little reminder that you are on the right path. And this reminder or this victory that comes in for you this week kind of springboards you into this new life, right? I mean, here with the Fool, you know you're about to start a new life, but once this victory comes in for you this week, it's like you're off. Because Two of Wands is Mars in Aries energy. So it's very forward. You're ready to go out there, sow the seeds of your goals and your plans. You're very, very excited. I would say this is also associated with Cosmic Egg, because this is like a final, you've closed the door on one part of your life, and now you're beginning to start a whole new section of your life. And you're starting on a high because you're coming off of a victory. You know very clearly what the next step is. However, you do feel like, like the Fool, in the sense that this is very exciting. You're not absolutely sure how this is going to turn out. You have to take a leap of faith, but in your heart, you have a feeling that this is going to be great. Eight of Cups, Emperor energy, Aries, and Ace. Oh, so some of you are leaving a relationship behind and moving on to a new relationship that promises to bring you more love. All right, some of you are turning your back on someone that you've either been with or certain types of relationships. Some of you have had enough. I think that some of you are literally breaking up with somebody who's been too shallow for you. They haven't brought the right level of commitment to you or feeling or what have you. I think for some of you, you may have been involved with somebody and most recently met someone else and found yourself thinking, oh shit, you know, I'm with somebody, but you are actually my soulmate. You know, I was with this person, but damn, you know, you had to come into my life now when I'm with this person, you know, and it's like you guys are maybe having to deal with upsetting a lot of stability, right, for the sake of love. You have 4 here, which is the Emperor, Aries energy. Some of you may be with an Aries, dealing with an Aries, but it's a case, and some of you may be calling in an Aries as your soulmate, right? But there's definitely an stability in terms of stable relationships here. I think that you guys, actually, some of you have a very stable and happy relationship. But this love has come in and totally, like, spun you around, and this week you're ready to kind of make moves towards it. Knight of Swords, Lovers, and Ace of Swords. Yeah, so some of you have someone chasing you, Gemini. You have somebody coming in for you who wants you very much. They've been racing towards you. It could be that they have been away. They may have been traveling, right? Or they may have been living in another city. But now they're coming into you this week, and they are coming in hot and heavy, and they want to lock it down with you. This is 6 major arcana, Lovers, right? And Knight of Swords, and then Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is the great phallic symbol, right? It indicates new relationships, new endeavors, new projects, right? But things that require passion, right? Things that speak to your passionate side. Somebody's coming in for you and they're swooping you off your feet this week. And this is very much a kind of like knight in shining armor. It could be that, Gemini, some of you are maybe going through some difficult periods and this person comes in and they almost like just save the day. All right, 4 of Pentacles, Judgment, and Queen of Pentacles. So some of you I think, have either been dealing with somebody who's been a miser, or you have been dealing with problems with money. I believe some of you have been dealing with issues with money and the family, right? And so either the family's been really stingy or miserly, not willing to support you, right? Or they keep coming to you for your money and you're like trying to, you know, you're trying to protect your money. You're trying to stay stable in the face of constantly helping people, right? And then this week, it all kind of comes to a head. We have Judgment here. So this week, there's a lot of conversations that happen, I think. And a lot of things come to a head. And, you know, the conversations happen. You know what I mean? And as a result of the conversations this week, you feel comfortable because you then go right into your Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very comfortable. You know, she, you know what I mean? It's like you come out of this very constricted, and if this is you, Gemini, if you're resonating with this 4 of Pentacles, you come out of this very kind of constricted worry about having to protect your coin into this kind of, you know, really protected area. And it's as a result of the conversations that happened this week, because everything kind of gets squashed and dealt with. Some truths come out, you know, and so you find yourself back to where you believe you should be, which is in the garden, not having to worry about your money, but being very, very stable. All right, guys, this is it. This is your readings, your forecast for the week. I'm going to call it, Gemini. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please like, subscribe, and share. All right, help me grow my channel. This is what I do permanently for my own abundance and survival. So I do appreciate all of the support that I get from you all. And for now, I'm just going to say I love you so much, Gemini. You have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.